friends, it's Mitty. If you are new here, welcome. So I have an idea. I want to make a punch needle mirror. I got inspired when I went and tried punch needling for the first time with my husband, and I made the cutest little mushroom. So cute. But anyways, I'm going to record the entire process and share it with all of you in case you want to learn how to make one too. You know, we can learn together. So stick around. It's going to be cute, I promise. Let's start with materials. You'll need pencils, marker, a punch needle tool, scissors, yarn colors of your choice, monk's cloth. I suggest you try monk's cloth first because it's very beginner friendly. Glue. I'm using rug glue because I've heard it's the best for punch needle art, and other alternatives are Mod Podge and a hot glue gun. Frames to put your monk's cloth on. A snap frame will work, an embroidery hoop, and you could get them in different sizes, or a frame like this one that I made. But with this option, obviously you're gonna have to make it, and you're gonna have to use a staple gun to attach the monk's cloth. For the mirror portion, you have a couple of options. You can use a fake mirror, which is flexible and made out of acrylic, so it won't shatter and break, or a small mirror tray that's already small and cut to size. Or option 3, I'm repurposing a mirror that's been in our backyard since we moved into the house. I've been wanting to use it for a project, and this was the perfect excuse. If you decide to go with a real mirror, you might need some cut-resistant gloves, you know, to protect your little hands, and a mirror cutter. For some extra spice, I'm using some iridescent film. This part is optional, of course. But wait, there's more! I know, I'm sorry, there's so many things. You'll need a piece of wood that is cut to size of the mirror that you are making, because we will be putting the mirror and the punch needle art on top, and also don't forget your hardware to hang your mirror. Firstly, you'll need to decide on your design and make a template. Of course, you can always freehand, but I'm not that confident, so I'm going with an Animal Crossing switch. I think it would look so cute in our space. Plus, I revolved my entire personality and wardrobe around it. I know, it's a little much, right? But, you know, it's a vibe. Whichever frame you decide to use, you're gonna have to add your monk's cloth to it. I'm using this handmade frame, so I need to staple this down. But most importantly, make sure your monk's cloth is fit nice and snug to your frame for maximum punch needling action. Before you create your template or draw your design onto the monk's cloth, it's super, and I mean super important to note that you will need to invert your artwork, because the back of the monk's cloth is technically the front of your design, and you will be punch needling through the back. I know, it's a little confusing, but if you don't do this, your artwork will turn out backwards. Okay, now we're going to trace the design onto the fabric. I'm going to use a pencil for this first in case I make a mistake. I can easily fix it. And I'm also propping this up so that I can use the light from my window so that it could kind of project the design a little better onto my fabric so I can see through. So let's start. Now we can trace with a marker. All right, tracing is down. It looks really good. And we get to move on to the best part, which is punch needling, and that's where we bring this baby to life. It's gonna look so cute. I'm so excited. Time to punch needle. Be sure you have your yarn ready. These are the colors I will be using today. Aren't they pretty? I am so excited for these because some of them have tinsel in them, so they're going to sparkle. Okay, so this is the punch needling tool I'm going to be using today, and this is a threader threader that usually comes with the tools. It has like a little tab on the side. I want to show you how to load your yarn onto the punch needle. So it's pretty easy. You're gonna get your punch needle and you're gonna put the threader through the tip of the punch needle, and then through the end you're going to just put your yarn through like so, and then with the tab on this side you're just going to pull it through. So it should look a little something like that. And then there's this little hole right here, and you're going to, this is how I do it. I put my little threader through. There's usually small threaders for this, but I'm just using this one. And put your yarn through that, and then pull that through. And then always make sure there is, I leave about like a 4-inch tail on this, and there you have it. That's how you load your little punch needle. Now we get to punch needle into our design. I'll go over it really quick. Make sure you are holding your needle where the hole is always facing up towards you. Punch down into the fabric and make sure your base hits the cloth. Lift back up and then graze the top of the fabric into your next area you're going to put your punch needle. Push back down and then repeat this process until your entire design is filled in. It's pretty easy. So a little tip, if you're finding that your stitches are not sticking and coming loose, it could be that there's too much tension on the yarn at the end. You always want to keep a lot of yarn out because I find that any tension, even if it's accident, like holding it, will pull out your loops. So always keep a loose bundle. So how to form lanes. I traced my design, and then now when I reach the end, I'm just going to make a new lane right next to the first lane that I put down. So now there's 2. And I'm just gonna go ahead and trace all around and until I have to repeat and then get to the center. So there's my second lane. And then once I get back around, I'm gonna make a third one until I get into the center. So in case you mess up and you want to redo your stitching, monk's cloth is super beginner friendly, and all you gotta do is just pull off your loops to the point where you want to restart. So right around there, I'll do that. And then I'm gonna pull this thread through. And the good thing about this cloth is that it basically goes back to its original shape. And then you can restart punching through. To switch colors and gently pull out your needle, you're going to just hold it down where the needle's at and hold this in place. Pull about 5 inches or so, and then with your scissors, just snip and then pull this out. Then you're gonna go ahead and grab your next color and you're gonna load it in the same way you did the first yarn. So you're gonna put your threader through, grab your color, put it through the threader, and then pull this through. And then grab your threader one last time, put it through this little hole, and then pull your yarn through. And then remember to leave about 4 inches of tail. And then you could just start punch needling your next design. Here's the progress. Buttons are done, and I have one last button to fill in. So I'm gonna get started with that one. For this button, I think I'm going to use this Mitty yarn that I got for the other Joy-Con. So I'm gonna use this as this button color instead of black. at least this side, the blue Joy-Con, is done. Now I have the screen to fill in and the other Joy-Con. And just repeat the same process as I did to the opposite side. Progress check. Here we go. Here are the two Joy-Cons all filled in, and now I just need to do the screen, so the frame of the screen. It's coming out so cute. I'm so obsessed with it. And then once I'm done with filling in the screen, we'll move on to how to mount it and then add the mirror. And I think after that we're pretty much done. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to put on my Animal Crossing playlist. I made a playlist a while ago, and I think what I'm going to do is play it. Animal Crossing vibes. Oh my goodness, it looks so cute. I don't know if you guys can tell the little sparkle tinsel in the yarn, but it's all sparkly right here, and then the heart, and then the sparkle, and then the buttons. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So now that it's on the frame, we are going to cut out the center. So you're just gonna snip the center. Don't cut all the way. Leave about an inch or so of space around the frame. So where you're going to put your mirror, you're going to cut out the center, and you should have like a 1-inch edge on the inside, and then you're going to cut the corners down that. So you're just gonna spread some glue, whatever glue that you have that you're gonna be using, just like that. And once you have enough glue down, you just tap down the little flap, make sure that it is pretty secure. Have it glued down now. And then you're going to repeat the same process to the other little flaps. Last flap. And then we get to move on to the mirror. Okay, so I'm going to now take the design off the frame. Depending on what frame you have, you might be using a snap frame, you might be using an embroidery hoop, or you might be using a frame with staples or tacks. So you're basically just going to take out your design out of the frame. I literally have to pry mine off. For the mirror portion, I went ahead and repurposed one I already had at home. I measured it to size, and it was pretty easy to cut with a glass cutter. I just scored it in a straight line a couple of times, then applied some pressure, and it just popped right off. It's a little nerve-wracking though. I was a little scared, not gonna lie.
And then put a little bit of pressure right here.
Okay.
And then you're gonna just
You're
gonna snap it.
Now I'm scared. This part is optional, of course, so if you are going to add the iridescent film to your mirror, now is the time to do it. All you gotta do is cut a piece of film to the size of the mirror that you're using, and then use some soapy water and a squeegee to apply it on. It's really simple and easy, and it looks so pretty. Okay, for adding the mirror to the wood piece, we will need some strong adhesive. I decided to use some tile adhesive from another project we worked on, and I feel like this was the best option for the strongest hold. You can get a small little bucket for pretty cheap at your local hardware store. It's like $3 to $4. Spread it on the back of the wood piece, and then you just add your mirror on top, and that's pretty much it, and it will hold. Once I did this, I moved on to gluing the borders down to the back of the wood piece, and then I let it dry for a while. And that's it. The last step to the process. Here we go. Here is my hardware. So now we have to add. This part is optional. Obviously, you don't have to use chain, but I am because I think it looks a lot nicer. And now it's officially done. It's finally done. Oh my gosh, it's finally finished, and I am so excited. It took forever, but it was worth the wait because I love the way it came out. So pretty. And you know, the best thing about these is that you can make these in any color. Let me know down below what color you would choose for your Joy-Cons. Would it be an all pink switch? I don't know. What other colors are really popular? Purple and green? I don't know. Maybe Halloween is coming up. Maybe you can make orange and black one. There's so many possibilities, and you can find the template down in the description. I will link everything. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all very soon in a brand new video.